What's up, everybody? I just wanted to do a small video because I really want to talk about us, men and women, and us as a whole. Because there's so many times that I have a lot of guys that try to talk to me and stuff, and where I'm open to learning who people are. I'm a very open-minded person, and now today you have to be a kind of open-minded person. I'm not saying that you really have to settle for the nonsense, you know what I mean, but you do have to kind of be open to who people really are, because the times have changed. Back in our day, we used to actually still court the other person, and the level of respect was a little bit different too. Like now, today, this generation, they will just accept anything. They will accept anything just to be noticed. And, my message today, I guess, is you have to know who you're talking to. You know, you have to know who you're talking to. You got to know which woman and which man you're talking to. There are some men out here, there are some women out here, and you can't really put them in a different classification. A lot of people will put them in different classification because they look at the things that men do in a way that in a different way than they look at the stuff that women do. And it could be the same exact thing that the man just did, that the woman did, but they feel like women should have more respect for themselves, so they look at it in a different way. If we was to go out here and sleep with different men, we're classified as hoes, and hoe is a bad thing in woman term, but hoe in man things is it gives praise, like, okay, he a hoe. But it seemed like today, and in society, that's what we like. And I mean, like, I'm not talking about myself, because just like a man don't like for a woman to spread herself around and be known and classified as a hoe, real women don't want that either. Real women don't want men that has been ran through, or that has been running through women and have all of these different mixed up juices all over them. And like, I just really feel like you should know who you're talking to. And I'm going to give you the different classifications, and this is what basically my opinion, and I'm entitled to that. You're entitled to yours. I mean, if you have comments, you can leave them in the comment box below, but I am going to state my case. So, there's the naive woman. There's the naive woman, and most women that are naive, to me, are broken in some type of way. And I'm not necessarily blaming men for that. And there's naive men as well. There's naive men. And I'm going to tell y'all a small story too about a situation that I feel like pertains to me, and someone who tried to talk to me, and I felt like he was naive, but me being a different kind of woman, I kind of kept it real with him. So the naive woman, the naive man, these are men and women that will fall for anything because the manipulator, the guy or the woman who's trying to talk to them, is giving them what they want to hear versus what they're really going to deliver. So the naive woman or man, you can walk up to them and pretty much be like, you're beautiful. Has anybody ever told you that you're beautiful? And even as many times as someone probably told them that they were beautiful, they don't believe that on the inside. So to get a recommendation from the opposite sex saying that they're beautiful, that makes them feel more accepted, because they don't accept themselves and they have a higher need to be accepted by other people. So therefore, even regardless of whether this person likes them enough to go to the next step and love them or fall in love with them, they just deal with the situation at hand because they have the need to be wanted by someone. And I mean, like, they will spend all of their money, they will pour them whole selves into this person, knowing that they're not worthy, but hoping that they'll change. And they'll be sitting there for years and years and years hoping that this person will change. And they don't change. They just change victims. It's going to be you today, and then when you run out of money, when you run out of something that they can take away from you, they just find the next victim. They find the next victim because those type of prey, they only prey on people who are naive, because the people who can think for themselves and shit like that are too much for them. So they're manipulators. Those manipulators always look for the naive person. Then you have the woman who has had a past, that has had a bad past. It might be in a sexual way. It might just be from rumors, and maybe she did one bad thing, or maybe he did one bad thing, and now people look at them in a certain way. But in the end, they always striving to do better and to be a better person, but they can't even get anything good because people look at them in a certain way. And even sometimes the good women and the good men fall short, especially if they're single. You know what I'm saying? They might find themselves doing something that they don't normally do, not for the need of affection, but I mean, we're human, and sometimes, we get to the point where we need intimacy and stuff like that. But I mean, like, I'm a firm believer that, what I'm saying, like, if I don't like you, if I can't see myself being in a relationship with you, I just don't want to spread myself around like that. So there's, the woman that's always trying to get her shit together, and even, like I said, or the man that's trying to get his shit together, maybe he had a past or whatever, but I believe in action, and action speaks louder than words. Like, you can tell a person something 100,000 times, and what you're doing might not add up to that. And that's like, I can walk up to somebody and tell them, like, I love you, and I do love you, but my level of love is what's at question. So I mean, I could love something about you that has me attracted to you, but even if I love something about you, that's not enough for me to be intimate with you. But some people just can do that. They can go ahead and sow their royal oats and get their rocks off and keep it pushing and call it a day. That's just something that I cannot do. So and then there's a strong-minded, independent person. And I'm going to speak a little bit on that because sometimes, a lot of the times, us being so independent and stuff like that can really step in the way of having a healthy relationship, because we are so used to doing things by ourselves that we won't allow anybody else into our circle. And even if that person has all good intentions and they're trying to give you a easier way, or ease something up on you, like, oh, maybe if you try this, maybe if you do this, then maybe you will get different results. Just try it. But we're so used to doing things in a certain way, and that thing has worked for us, even though it's 20 more steps to what that person just, you're scared to take less steps because you're thinking in your mind, like, I've been doing it this way for years, and if I stop now, so there's a strong-minded person. But I touched on all of these things just to say, you have to know who you're dealing with. There's some very loose women out there. If you decide to approach them in such a way, then maybe, that's what they deserve. But to me, no woman or no man really deserves to be treated like trash. And like, sometimes they put that out there, but they put that out there, and you never know what a person has gone through. You don't know. This person could be being raped. This person could, sometimes by family. Like, I have seen situations where women and men, I have some male cousins in my life that I found out was being raped by one of their family members on, I'm not going to say whether it's mother's side or father's side, but I had cousins out here that was being raped, and we didn't even really know it until they got older and was able to grow and be big enough to try to defend themselves. But we always saw it in the younger one. We always saw it in the younger one, like, something not right, but we still didn't see the signs that they were being raped. So, you never know what a person is going through in their life. And a lot of the times when people are going through situations like that or similar to that, it's easier for them to be promiscuous. Because they have the state of mind that maybe this is the only way that I'll ever find love is if I'm promiscuous. If I allow people to do things to me that I don't really want done to me. Maybe I'll be accepted if I just let him do this. And then we approach them in a way, and all we do is just kill their self-esteem even more and more and more. And now this person really wants love, but don't really know another love other than that, being raped or being molested or being freaking tortured or something like that. So you never know until you know a person's story, and then you know how to handle that person. And you shouldn't handle that person like, oh, okay, everybody else getting it, so I might as well get it. I'm going to do the same thing. Like, we have to learn how to break these cycles, man. Like, we have to learn how to break the chain. You know what I'm saying? Everything starts off at a certain point. What's going on with these people started out at a certain point. It started out at a certain point. And you're just digging this hole deeper and deeper and deeper in these people's emotions, in their self-esteem, and to you, they're always going to be a hole. But behind all of that hurt and pain that you don't know about is a very good person. But we like, okay, well, she gonna give me the draws, but she's doing that, or he is doing that because he's broken. And 9 times out of 10, people whose self-esteem is really, really low has had some kind of traumatic experience happen to them, and it's somebody that's close to them that did it. You have to learn how to build each other up. Stop just thinking that this person is... And naturally, there are some people that are just that way. That just don't care. I don't care. They think they one of the dudes or something, and they just do whatever. And I mean, to each his own. But I'm just saying, you have to understand who you're dealing with, because just because a person is being promiscuous or something does not mean that this person is just a hoe. This person is just doing what they think needs to be done in order to be accepted. Break that chain. Then you have the person, like I said, that's trying to do better, that did some bad things in their life, but they like, okay, it's not that bad. But naturally, people will take this much information and they will run with it. And before you know it, it's worldwide news. Why do y'all believe everything that y'all hear? Y'all believe anything somebody tell y'all. Somebody could come and tell y'all something about me. But see, the difference between me and these other people are, I don't care. Because at the end of the day, no matter how you feel about me, I'm always going to still just be me. And I just feel like anybody that can spread rumors about somebody and not even know that person, those are the people who have the real self-esteem issues. They thrive off of drama and crazy shit, but the minute somebody says something about them, they're ready to go off. And you just have to know who you're dealing with. And you have to know if you're dealing with a person that's just straight up promiscuous. You have to know if you're dealing with somebody who's going through some shit, or if you're dealing with a real fucking queen. So, I'm going to tell y'all a story. So I met this guy and at my workplace, and I network with a lot of people, even though in that industry they don't really want you to, it's called soliciting, you know what I'm saying? But if that's what's going to build conversation with my tables, I do it. Because at the end of the day, it's marketing. Like, I'm here to work. I'm not going to walk up to my table and be like, hi, how y'all doing? You know, I'm saying what y'all want to drink, what y'all want to eat. I'm not going to make any money that way. I'm going to make people aware of what I have going on in my life to a certain extent, because they don't need to know everything. I talk about my kids. I talk about my business. I talk about my dog. Anybody who knows me knows I love me some Dallas. That is my dog. He's a blue pit, and he is insane. So I met him, and he owns a salon. And that's actually how we ended up starting the conversation. Is he had flyers, and he was telling me that he had a salon, and that he is a master barber, so you could pretty much go and work under him as an apprentice and get your braider's license, or get benefits to help you along to getting your cosmetology license, stuff like that. So he does a lot of shows and stuff like that, so he's always looking for models and stuff like that. And I always admire people in business. And no offense to the other businesses, but black businesses, I do support. I don't have a problem supporting it. But here's the thing. While he was still there at my table, he went from talking business to pretty much being like, "Oh, I'm so shy. I really want to talk to you, but I don't know how to talk to you. I really want to say some things." Like, he kept saying stuff like that. So I'm like, me, I'm a very bold person, and if I'm going to say something to you, I'm going to say it. But I'm going to know my approach according to the person, because I'm going to already have had a conversation with you to know how I can even approach you. And that's why I say you have to know who you're talking to. So he was going on, and he was sitting there with his mother. His mother, such a beautiful lady. Beautiful black queen. And I mean, like, to me, honestly, her thing is, I just want to see my son happy. So I'm like, okay, here's a black, successful business owner, male. I think he's in his early 30s, maybe 30 or 32, something like that. So, he's always promoting. Every time he comes in there, I see him trying to give out flyers and stuff like that. And I'm like, why is this guy single? Okay, so we exchanged numbers as far as business is concerned. And then I think, like, the day that we exchanged numbers, he didn't call me that. Yeah, I told him, don't call my phone late at night, because I was getting off late that night. So there was really no need for conversation, because a relationship, like personal relationship, is not what I was looking for. I was literally trying to do business, because my thing is, it's like, you have a whole salon, I have a t-shirt press. Like, I'm trying to network and see how I can sell my stuff in your salon. You already have a customer base, and therefore, if you want me to, I'll market your salon. I'll put your flyers out there. My homegirl, Shawnette Booker. Big ups to Shawnette Booker. Y'all probably heard me shout her out in another one of my videos. Happy Healing Serenity. Go to happyhealingserenity.com. She has all kind of crystals. She has sage. She does Reiki. She does tarot readings. If you need a little bit of good energy, inspiration in your life, talk to my girl, Shawnette Booker. You can look her up on Facebook at Shawnette Booker. She has her business page, Happy Healing Serenity. She also has a couple of groups. Black Girl Spiritual. Oh, she gonna kill me, because I told her to inbox me the name of the page, because I told her, girl, I can't remember all this stuff. I gotta remember my stuff, your stuff, because that's what we do. We promote each other. And a lot of the times in business, you don't even have to do that. But I'm going to get back to the story. So the next day, he calls me, he texts me, and I text back and forth with him for a little while. But then he asked me if I could talk for a little while, and I'm like, okay, word. So I'm like thinking of how I'm going to strategize to market to him, how we can network as a business. But then he starts telling me, oh yeah, my mom really like you. My mom be talking about you all day, and this and that, blah blah blah. Okay, kind of weird, but okay, whatever. I'm gonna call you right back. So I end up going and doing some things, and then he texts me a few hours later, like, are you still busy or whatever? So I'm like, okay, well, let me call him back and get this over with. And then, like me, I'm a very outspoken person. And I got back on the phone with him, and he started talking to somebody in the background. And he was telling, at first he was more like, I'm talking to this girl about some business that I met at Applebee's or whatever. And he was like, oh yeah. And then later on, he's like talking to these people or whatever. And somebody else must have said something to him. And he was like, hold on, let me talk to Bay real quick. And so I'm like, Bay? I'm like, okay, maybe I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I ain't hear that right. I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. So then somebody else, and I don't know, maybe it could have been the same person, came and said something else to him and was like, he was like, oh yeah, I'm talking to my girl. So I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, don't be telling people I'm your girl. Don't be calling. I was like, I know I heard you call me bae earlier. He gonna tell me that it's a figure of speech. First of all, you don't call nobody bae unless you're talking to them. We all know this. Nobody can just be bae. Bae can even be a real close friend of the opposite sex that you're really just freaking cool with. This person keep it 100 with you. You keep it 100 with this person all the time. And that can be bae. I have friends out here, male friends, gay male friends, that I call bae. I don't have no straight male friends that I'm out here calling bae unless they're my dude. So I asked him to stop. Don't call me that. Don't tell people that I'm your girl. And this is the type of person that he wants love so bad and he wants things so bad that he forces himself onto you. He done told me 100,000 times about how prosperous his salon is, and he's every single time that I talk to him, even if it's like 6 times in a day, every time I hang up and he call me or I call him back, it's, oh, my mom really likes you. He even told me one time that my mom was like, my daughter had to work today, and he said he was like, oh yeah, she's at work or whatever, and she was like, oh, you know who I'm talking about? And I'm not talking about, and she called his sister's name, but then she was like, I'm talking about my other daughter. First of all, if you lying on your mama, that is sad. That is sad. You lied on your mom because me and your mom had a conversation and that me and her built a great rapport. Your mother never came off on me like, oh, my son needs somebody to talk to him. She never came off on me like that. So the fact that me and your mom build a great rapport together does not mean that you use her name to try to entice me. Because I don't care how much I like your mama. That's not going to make me be with her son. And just talking to you, I can understand why you do not have a female in your life. And I told him straight up. I said, you know what? After talking to you a couple of times, I really could. I was like, I probably could use you. I said, I could be one of those people that use you. I could be you want love so bad. I was like, but bruh, it's not going to hurt you to be alone for a little while. You done told me every single person that you have been with have done you dirty and have used you and taken money from you and have taken stuff out of your salon and have done all of these things to you, and that's only because you open yourself up to that. The way that he came on to me, I'll give you the world. I could have just went and used him for everything that I wanted. And then be like, nah, I don't think this is going to work. But I'm not that kind of woman. This is what I'm telling you. You have to break the cycle. You have to break the chains. Because where he was setting himself up to get used again and have another story to tell somebody else, I told him nah. Because he's not my type. He's not my type. And I'm not going to be with somebody who I don't have anything in common with, because that relationship is not going to work. And I'm not saying that I have to be dominant in the relationship, because I know my place as a woman. But no man, I don't need a man who, like, I will put my man, and I can't really even say I will put my man before myself, because I don't put my man or my children. My children are grown now. I have a 13-year-old son, but I still don't put him before myself. I put their needs before mine, but I don't put them before me, because without me and me caring for myself and me taking care of myself and me making sure that mentally I am the person that they need in their life, not be a fucking toxic person to them, I have to first be okay with me. And this is what I'm trying to explain to him. Like, you can't expect for me to not end up using you. Because he wants somebody in his life so bad that he becomes annoying. Everything is always over the top. He tells you the same thing over and over and over, because for some reason he feels like that's what you want to hear. So I'm sitting here like, I really could just take this dude for everything that he got and leave like everybody else. And even if I do that, guess what's going to happen? He's going to turn around and do it with somebody else. I told him, you have to first, in your life, you have to build a foundation to a house, to life, to your goals, to your business. You have to build a foundation. And not just any foundation. You have to build a sturdy fucking foundation. Because that is what the building, that is what the hopes and dreams of those goals, and that's what everything stands on. The foundation. And if the foundation is weak, so is the plan. The actions behind it is going to be weak. So no matter in any aspect of life, you have to be able to check yourself. You have to be able to check yourself and say, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? When y'all try to talk to me, don't freaking try to talk to me the way that you talk to these other chicks, because I am not them. And I say that with much confidence. I don't care who don't like it. I really don't. Because despite of what other people might say, it ain't nothing nobody can say about me other than I fucking work all the time, or I'm always hustling all the time. If somebody do say something bad about me, they're a hater. They're a hater because I don't be seen nowhere with nobody at no time. I don't go out to the parties. I don't go out and spend my fucking light bill on an outfit just to impress people who are going to talk shit about me anyways. And the only reason why they talk shit is because they're jealous. And their self-esteem is low. People who talk about other people, that's the only reason why they talk about people. Because they're intimidated by the presence of that person. And if that's what it is, I'm fine with that. Y'all have to start breaking these cycles, start breaking these chains, because too many times where I'm open to who people are. And I mean, like, I have standards, but my standards don't consist of looks. Do you have a brain on your shoulder? Where are you going in life? Because I have a lot of things going on in my life. And I'm trying to take those things to the next level. Are you capable of being the person that I need in my life in order for me to go to the next level? Because if you're that person that could take me help me get to the next level, I'm not going to fucking leave you behind, regardless of whether I had this thing or not. You know, I saw one of the bloggers bashing Keisha Kior, Gucci Man's wife. I commend her. And they was talking about how Gucci Man don't take care of all of his other kids, and his kids deserve to live in that mansion, and she living up in that mansion with her other kids, and blah blah blah. When that man went to prison, all y'all motherfuckers who was talking, where were y'all at? He trusted this lady with everything that he had, and she secured the fucking bag and brought it back to his ass when he got out. She could have ran off with his money. She could have did whatever, but she was a real fucking woman. And she stood beside him because she knew that once he gets out of this situation, he's a good man. And all he needed was a good woman. Think about all the women in the industry that Gucci Mane probably done dealt with. This bitch got him up in there saying, he got people saying shit, relationship goals, hashtag. So, you know, no matter what people say, you have to get to know people for yourself. You cannot approach people the way that, in a way that somebody has told you, like, oh gosh, she a hoe. People can say anything. What if somebody said it about you? You know what I mean? What if somebody said that about you? And you really truly looking for love, but people out here hating on you because they want you and not them. You have to get to know people for who they are. And that's and when once you get to know somebody for who they are, then you can act accordingly. Stop acting off of impulse. Stop acting off of what you think. Stop acting off of what people say. Because at the end of the day, guess what? Those people are fucking toxic, and they're bitter, and they're miserable, and misery needs company. You know, I can say the nicest thing. I can get on Facebook right now and put up a post about God. And sincerely in my heart, I believe in God. And He knows me. I talk to Him all the time. But if I put up that post, I might get 10 likes out of the 1,500 people that I have as friends on Facebook. But if I put up a ratchet meme, or if I put up a post cursing somebody out, or if I put up a post exposing somebody, then I get 100, 200, 300 likes. If I put up a body pic, which I do that from time to time, fully fucking clothed, because I don't feel the need to have to press my ass up against the camera for you to like me. I'm very secure and comfortable with who I am. So I don't have a problem waiting 2 years, 3 years until the person that I need comes along. And don't get me wrong, I know I need a man who can handle me. And I'm not talking about be aggressive and be like, oh, get your ass. No, we're not doing that. But I'm talking about handle who I am as a person, and my goals and my ambitions and everything that I have going on in my life, and respect that I am a woman, a mother of 3 boys that has raised her children. I don't care about what everybody else is doing. As long as you can come into my life and add value to my life, that's all I need. Value, loyalty, respect, because I'm gonna do the same exact thing. You know, and I say some funny stuff all the time. I always tell people I got 29 personalities. But that don't make me crazy. My 29 personalities are there for specific reasons. They there for certain occasions. You know, I have one right now that's talking to you, that's being straight up and telling you, break the fucking chains. Stop treating people according to how other people look at them, what somebody else done said about them. Get to know these people for yourself, because I'm sick and tired of guys approaching me thinking that, oh, the one dude, oh yeah, I'm on call at night, so I do maintenance over here in the apartment complex where I live at. So if you want to hang out, you got to come to my house. Like, bruh, I just met you like a week ago. How could you even open your mouth to ask me to come over there? And I mean, to the point where I start laughing and they be cracking up at me because I start laughing at them. And they be like, why you laughing? Because I be like, I don't know what kind of females that y'all deal with. I don't know what kind of females that y'all deal with. And y'all deal with a lot of these females on the regular that you can just say, come to my house, and they coming. Who are these women? Because they need a little lesson in, they need somebody to help build their self-esteem up and get them back on track. Because if I meet you, even, it might even be a month, 2 down the line, 3, 4, 5, 6 months before I'm comfortable coming to your house. Because I still don't know enough about you. Even when I go out to a public place with somebody, I be texting my son like, hey, I'm here. I'm at this place. I take pictures. I send that shit to him. If I have to send your fucking license plate number to him, he gonna know the last person that I've been with. Because people crazy and they doing crazy things in the world. So what makes you think I'm coming to your house? Because when I walk up in your house, the first thing I'm looking at is, okay, where are the knives? Okay, he got a vase right there just in case I have to smash this shit over his head. I'm thinking about every possible thing that I can mess you up with if you try me. So there's no need in me even setting myself up and putting myself in that kind of predicament to be raped or assaulted or none of that. And I just don't feel like y'all should be asking that after knowing somebody for a week. And y'all have some of the lamest ass, and I'm talking about women and men. I'm just saying men mostly because I am a woman and I'm speaking from my perspective. But I'm speaking on behalf of the women and men. Men, sometimes y'all let these women just tell y'all anything. Y'all got to stop getting hooked on these looks. You know what I mean? I have big bust. I ain't saying I got the biggest behind, but it's there. You know what I mean? But I don't feel like I'm in a constant competition with people to where I have to continuously put myself out there to be liked. Because when I post up on social media, it's probably because I'm feeling it. I like what it says. It pertains to my life. Or I'm trying to be funny as hell. We got to do better. We got to start loving one another, trusting one another, and you have to want to do it. You have to let go of the hurt. How can you live how can you go forward and live in the future when you're still living in the past? You done built you a nice 2-story, 5-bedroom brick house in the past. And it's killing your ability to be with a real woman. Because you know what? With you living in that 5-bedroom house, you want to live in a 5-bedroom house in the past, but you got a 3-bedroom house in the future with a nice yard. You got about 3 cars in the driveway. You rather live in a 5-bedroom house because it's bigger. But the only reason why that house is bigger is because it's holding all of the fucking baggage that you're holding on to when you're trying to move forward, or when you're trying to talk to a woman or a man. You're holding on to all of this freaking baggage. And yes, where you have a nutshell and you come off as being the person, oh my God, where have you been all my life? And then as soon as you get comfortable, you start treating damn Tiffany like Aisha. Because Aisha did you wrong. Now Tiffany is a fucking bird and a oh Lord, the first time I heard that word, I was like, what? I didn't even take that as an insult, you old bird ass. I'm like, that was an insult? Oh, I was like, I didn't know you was insulting me. You know what I mean? You know, and I heard now they sluts and they hoes and all of this only because Aisha did you bad. Aisha, Samantha, Adrian, Angel, Catherine, all of them done did you bad. And no disrespect to no women out here. I'm just calling names just for the sake of the example. Before you try to talk to somebody, you have to, be in touch with yourself and be in a good place with yourself. Second, you have to get to know the person that you're talking to. Because if you say you're looking for a specific type of person, how would you know if they're that person if you don't talk to them and get to know them? Stop doing shit based off of what somebody done told you. Because people lie. I can start a lie right now and make it go viral. And people will believe it. People will believe it. Y'all have to stop doing that. Y'all have to get yourself together. And y'all have to genuinely want to get yourself together if love is what you're looking for. Because you're never going to find it as long as your ass is in a sunken place. As long as you allow these people from your past and these situations from your past to control your life, that is what your life is going to be. Even if you get a good woman, you're going to treat her bad because you're holding on to this fucking baggage. Pack your shit up in that 5-bedroom house and move to the 3-bedroom house. It's time for you to move on. It's time for you to love yourself. Regardless of whether those people took you for granted, you're still fucking worth it. And you got to know that you're worth it. And the only way that you can move on is if you know in yourself that you're worth it. Stop always living on the credibility and the need for acceptance. If I ruffle some feathers by the things that I say, it's because people always say they want the truth, but they can't handle the truth. And I'm going to always speak in my truth. I'm always going to talk my truth. I'm always going to walk in my truth. And at the end of the day, you can say it's an opinion, but I'm entitled to that. You don't have to agree with anything that I say, and that's fine. But the truth is the truth. You're not lying to other people because eventually these people see you for who you are. No matter how much you beat them up and make them feel like it's them, it comes a point in your life where you stop and be like, you know what? It's not me. We got to stop being toxic to people. And the only reason why we're being toxic to people is because we're toxic ourselves. You have to become aware of your faults and the things that you do wrong so that you can stop fucking accusing people of what you're doing wrong. Because that's what a cheater does. A cheater accuses their partner of cheating even if they know that these motherfuckers go to work and come home. If they go to the grocery store and they've been in Walmart for 2 hours, which is way possible, they're cheating. Why? Because you know when you leave the house, you're cheating. We have to do better, man. Like, for real. Like, I mean, my thing is like, just know that even though there are some really good guys out here that have tried to talk to me, I'm not turning you down because I'm stuck up. I'm not turning you down because I feel like I'm better than you. Even though I feel like a lot of y'all are good men, I just don't feel like we have something in common. And it might just be to the point where I feel like you're stuck here. And me, I'm the type of person, I'm always trying to elevate my life. I'm always trying to elevate my situation. I'm always trying to get better at the things that I do in my life. When it comes to my business, when it comes to how I parent, when it comes to if I have a job, my job. I always try to get better talking to people. So, regardless of what people might say, I don't care. That's just like when you start a new job. People will be so quick to be like, oh, don't talk to her. Don't talk to her. Girl, I heard she got AIDS. And don't fucking even know really nothing about these people. But just talking anything because they don't know. So they make up shit. But then when they tell you, oh, don't talk to her, girl, you go and talk to these people and you find out that they're really good people. You don't even know why this motherfucker don't like this person because you like, dang. Like, why? How is she so bad? So then you start to question the other person. Get to know people for yourself. Stop always wanting a drama. Drama sells. I understand that. Drama is entertaining, especially if it's not your drama. We have to break the cycle, and we have to, and I'm talking to my black people right now. I'm talking to my black people. We have to break these cycles, and you know, these people look for us to be a certain kind of way. And you know, because we're accused of being it, or we get penalized for being that person, we get stereotyped for being that person. Our sons and daughters are being stereotyped. I probably be stereotyped every day because I have locks. Because they don't understand the root of where this comes from. They don't understand that this is actually a part of us. They don't have to understand me. I'm going to always be myself regardless. I don't care. We have to break the chains of poverty. You have to want to give back. I don't care. I don't have a whole bunch of money. I don't have a whole bunch of money. I carry myself like I have a whole bunch of money, but I don't. But guess what? What I do have, I will take a portion of it and put back into my people. Fix up houses in the neighborhood. Pass petition to get shit in our communities back into our communities, so that these kids out here will have something to do other than fucking go and get in trouble. And this is the reason, especially in Beaufort County. I don't care. I'll say it. In Beaufort County, you took everything that our black children had that was keeping them out of trouble because you want them to live up to the fucking stereotype. You want to make it hard for black mothers and fathers who are out here and can't afford to not go to work, literally have to pick up 2 jobs in a 2-parent household, both parents trying to work 2 jobs to make ends meet, and not only make ends meet, but have money to entertain their children so that they don't have to sit in the house. They have to find time for all of this shit. So where we had establishments like the Boys and Girls Club, the skating ring, all of this stuff, even the last movie theater that we had there, y'all took it. And black people, y'all need to wake up and realize the reason why they took it. Do you see Beaufort changing? Why? Because Hilton had declared themselves as an independent town. And the reason why they did that is because they saw the long-term vision when they were building up. They saw the long term. They was looking to the future. They wasn't stuck in the fucking past. They was looking to the future, and they said, you know what? If we build this place up enough, it'll be a fortune. And yeah, we are part of Beaufort County, so we're going to fucking pass this petition and become an independent town, and that way we don't have to give the county none of our damn money. So where they feel the need to have to fit in, and they're like, we ain't gonna never get nowhere if we don't fix it up and make it look like Hilton Head. So that means if we have to build up and make it unaffordable for people to live, that's what we have to do, because you know why? We got the military. And that's what they do to black people all the time there who are renting. They jack the fucking prices of these rental properties up because they know that we're hardworking people, and they prefer the money of the military. When I was in Beaufort County before I left, I was living in a 2-bedroom apartment paying $900 a month. But I was paying $900 a month, water and lights included. But when it was time to repair stuff, they come and rig it. It worked for a week. The air conditioner worked for a week. Went out, came back, repaired it. Worked for a week or 2, came back. And they was like, you know what? We just going to get y'all ass some window units. And these are the things that we accept in order to live. And we really can't afford it. We can't even afford the rundown ass places that they charging $700 and $800 and $900 for. That's not even worth that. So you have to wake up and look at what's going on around you. And this is the reason why we can't get nowhere, because we're so busy tearing each other down, especially when it comes to relationships and shit. Why you think the other races can prosper so fast? Because they're like, look, We have to have a two-parent household. There's no options. Fucking Betty Sue probably putting up with all kind of shit from Michael talking about he going on business trips and shit. She know what he doing. But for the sake of the goddamn kids, we gonna make this work so that when they get older, they can have some shit in life, and then we can go our separate ways. They stick it out. Nobody wants to get cheated on. But they have a mutual agreement when it comes to the business. Nobody should have to live like that neither, but shit, they do it every day. We just seem like we're the race that can't get it together because they put in your head that we're the minority. Look how many different races they put in that we're the minority. How are we the minority when there's us, and then there's Mexicans, and then there's Hispanic? We're all considered minority. Doesn't that mean that we're the majority? But it's the slavery mentality that they instill to this day, instill in us. They have us out here killing each other. They got us out here lying on each other. They got us out here humiliating each other. They got us out here tearing each other down. At some point in your life, you have to wake up. More to the story is, know who you're talking to. And when you're talking, be about what you're talking. Build up these kings and queens. Even if you had a promiscuous past, you can still change. It's never too late. Regardless of what people say about you. Because guess what? If they continue saying those things about you, those are not the people that you need in your fucking life anyways. Because somebody else is going to come along who heard some shit, but they're willing to get to know who you are and treat you like the fucking king or queen that you are. You just have to know the difference in that person from the rest of them. We have to do better. Like Beaufort County, we're going to have to do better. Like, I really want to start a petition. I want to start a petition because our black neighborhoods are falling subject to so many things. And this is their plot and ploy to take our land from us. Just like fucking whatever oh gosh. Damn Columbus. Oh, Columbus discovered America. No, Columbus stole America. Just like they try to steal our shit every day. But you know why? Because we're uneducated. We're uneducated about what our property is worth. What we're worth. And at some point, the people who have children got to look far beyond themselves and think about what your child's fucking future is going to be. The legacy that you're leaving behind for them. I love each and every one of y'all, man. I love each and every one of y'all. We have to do better. I'm calling out all of my peoples. All of my peoples who are interested in helping me on my journey, because I do a lot because I have such a big heart, and people tell me that I shouldn't have such a big heart because I always allow people to kind of like, they think they finessing me, but I let them know. Once I get to the point where I'm like, okay, so they don't understand that I'm here because I want to be here, not because I have to be here. But I am. I'm calling out anybody who feels the need to go back to our roots, where we were born and raised, and fix up our neighborhood. You know, these people, the older generation, our elders, people my age and stuff, they're scared of the children. They're scared of the children because they're scared of what they don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Y'all rather put these kids into the hands of other kids, or people who are not really doing shit with their life, that's going to put a pistol in their fucking hand and tell them you have to protect yourself at all costs. That chain can be broken. We all just have to get together and save our children. It used to get to the point where it took a village to raise a child. Big ups to Kathy Williams. Sharita, tell your mama I love her. Kathy did not play with us. I grew up in a place in Beaufort, South Carolina called Millage Village. Kathy did not play with us. If our ass did something that she know mama didn't like, she wasn't gonna come to us and be like, oh, well, y'all better stop doing that, or the next time I'm gonna tell y'all mama. No, when she see our ass, she gonna be like, you know, I'm gonna tell Marie that your ass been down that road, and you know you ain't. No. And I respect that, because they kept us out of a lot of shit that we could have been involved in. They kept us from turning out to be people that this society wanted us to be. We have to do better. So you guys know I'm not doing this for shits and giggles. Like, I talk this truth and I walk in this truth. I would never ask nobody or tell nobody nothing that I don't live by or nothing that I won't do. And where, yeah, I am trying to build my business. I'm trying to work myself to my podcast and all of that stuff. But at the same time, I am working on this petition so that we are able to get a LLC put together. Anybody who's interested in building this LLC with me, please let me know. I will put them on the board of directors. But I am in the process of getting this petition together so that we will be able to get a building permit under the LLC, to where we will be able to go into the community and fix these houses up for our old elder people. Make sure that they have things that they need. Be able to provide food for the sick and shut in. People who can't get around. Because, I mean, a lot of the times, you know, they like, what her son doing? What her daughter doing? They're working. Sometimes we have to fill in the gap. So I am going to be passing this petition. I'm probably going to be raising money. And trust and believe, any money that, like, my kids and I, we collected, when it was cold, we collected almost $800 within a month and a half time. And we took that money and we went and got gloves, like a whole bunch of gloves and stuff like that for people who were homeless, out here living in this 30 and 20 degree weather. When I see homeless people, not all the time because I can't afford that, but a lot of the times I do give them money. And you know, a lot of people be like, oh, they just gonna take your money and buy alcohol, or they're gonna take your money and buy drugs. Guess what? When I put that money in my hand, in their hand, I'm being judged for that. What they take that money and do, they're being judged for that. My whole perspective on it is letting them know that it's somebody out here that see you. It's somebody out here who care. I'm sorry about your condition. If that person got a whole house and stuff, that's not up to me to decide whether or not this person got the house or whether or not this person got the means. Right now, they holding a sign saying they hungry. You feel what I'm saying? So, y'all, I am working on some projects. Beaufort, South Carolina, I'm coming. I want to start a program to where we get our children involved, helping us fix stuff for the sick and shut in, fix stuff for the elderly, be able to provide groceries and stuff, because these people are living on checks and barely nothing, because Social Security is bullshit. The government is bullshit. These people living off of enough money to pay their fucking mortgage or pay their damn light bill and stuff, and then they only got $50 to their damn name, and they have to pay people to get around in taxis and shit like that, plus buy food for their house, and they don't have it. And then they want to give them food stamp, but they only want to give them $50. We have to take care of our own. I don't know if y'all feel what I'm saying, but I don't know if y'all believe in what I'm saying, but guess what? It's going to get done. And I'm going to make sure it's going to get done. I'm not going to stop until it get done. So anybody who's interested in donating, anybody who's interested in being on the board of directors when I get all of this together, please, 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 please comment, like, share. If you share this video, there might be somebody else who's interested. The only thing that I'm interested in doing is building us back up to where we need to be. And it starts in our communities, man. It starts in our communities. We build these children up now, today, and let them know that you're more than what they think you are. Give them the brain, the power to think for themselves and not live up to what people are telling them that they are. But I'm not going to make this video too lengthy. I just had a lot of things that kind of like touched down my heart, because I'm like, you know, a lot of guys try to talk to me and then they get mad at me because I don't bite on the hook. But you have to know who you're talking to. You have to know who you're dealing with. And as long as I conversate with people a lot of times in my inbox, they feel like after 2 or 3 weeks, that's enough for me to decide whether I want to be with them or not. No, huns. Even if I'm feeling you, I'm going to let you know, I feel you. I'm feeling where you're coming from. I'm even digging you a little bit, but that don't mean that just because I'm digging you a little bit, I'm digging you based off of the shit that I've found out about you in the last 2 weeks. I don't believe in love at first sight. I believe in energy. I done been lied to enough to know when you're just telling me something that you think I want to hear. But I hope y'all watch this video, because it's not about what you say, it's about what you do. I love each and every one of y'all. Y'all, we have to buy the block back. The block belongs to us. Don't let them take it. And the only way that they won't take it is we have to go and build our communities up. We have to repair our communities, because then they're going to start condemning buildings. They'll start going to raise property taxes. They're going to do all of this stuff that's going to drive us out of our communities so that they can steal our property and land. And that's the things that we really need to be aware of, because there's so much going on in the world. And they put so much stuff in your face to distract you, while they're taking your shit. But when you look up again, it's gone. Again, I love you guys. Thank everybody who's watching. I done tried to do part 3 to this toxic relationships, and every single time the devil has stuck his foot in that plan, my video either disappears or it won't upload. But I'm going to continue trying, because that's going to be the last video that I do for the toxic relationships, because it's just a few more topics that I needed to cover, and then we're going to move on. You know, because I feel like before I even start doing financial things and how to build yourself up to financial stability and stuff like that, I really need to focus on this buy back the block program that I'm trying to do. And I'm talking about taking some of my own money and going to the Home Depot and buying boards and nails and hammers and going to people's houses and fixing their broken boards in their porch that probably is going to kill them one day, going into their house and fixing the leaky roof. I want to be involved in our communities, and I want to start in Beaufort, South Carolina, where my mom's roots lie, where my roots lie. So y'all get at me if y'all are interested in helping me on this journey, because I'm not going to stop regardless of whether you help or not. And you never know, I might can help somebody in your house, in your house, in your community, your family member. All it takes is a little bit of TLC and a little bit of money. It's gonna take money. I'm gonna tell you that I'm not gonna tell you that it's not gonna take money. But we have to do better in our communities. I love y'all. Y'all be blessed. Subscribe to my channel, like, share, subscribe. Y'all leave comments in the comment section below. If y'all have any topics that y'all feel like I need to touch on, y'all can leave those in the comments below. But I am gonna go in here and be a mother now, because even though my boys are kind of big, you know, they always need guidance. You know, but I love y'all. Y'all be blessed. Until the next time, Queen out.